Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Welcome to another Medina book lesson. We're supposed to be, as you can see on the title, studying Medina book 2, lesson 1. However, as it is our first lesson, since we completed Medina book 1, what we want to do today is quickly revise book 1. Now, it might take the whole of this lesson, or we might be able to complete it in 10-15 minutes. We'll see how we go. But we're going to start from lesson 1 of Medina book 1. So if whoever's listening on YouTube, if you're not too interested in going over book 1, then this video might not be, or maybe what you could do is flick through and see when we actually go to book 2. But as I said, we're going to be focusing on book 1 for now. We're going to try and get through it as quick as we can. Depending on the understanding and the level of Arbab, who's with me here today. Okay, so are you okay, Arbab? You ready to start?
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Okay, Bismillah. So let's just get straight into it then. Let me go over to the PDF. Okay, so الدرس الأول بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. الدرس الأول هذا. Okay, so we know هذا, don't we? This is from the Asma al-Ishara. Okay, this, that, these and those. So هذا is for that which is قريب, مذكر and mufrad. I don't know how do we used to say it. This is a good revision for me actually. هذا للمفرد المذكر أو للقريب المذكر. How do we say it? هذا للمفرد المذكر القريب. So it's for singular, masculine, and in close proximity. Okay, so like هذا كتاب, this is a book.
So yeah? Al-Mufrid, that's the Al-Qarib is close. Al-Mufrid is singular, right?
Yes, correct.
And Mudhakkar is masculine.
Yeah, and Mudhakkar is masculine, that's right. And then you've got dhalika. So dhalika means like dhalika kitabun, that is a book. So dhalika is what you'd use for something a bit further away. So we'd say dhalika lil-mufrad al-mudhakkar. However, al-ba'id, far away. Okay, so you've got this and that. Yes, hada and dhalika. And then we have hadihi. So we'd use hadihi, which is the feminine form of hada. Obviously, we'd use that for to refer to feminine nouns. So, for example, hadihi haqibatun. This is a bag. Okay, so hadihi would say is lil mufrad al muannath al qarib. And then to say the feminine form of dhalika would be tilka. So tilka sayyaratun, that is a car, for example. So say tilka is for al-mufrad al-mu'annath al-ba'id. Okay, so we've got hada and dhalika and hadihi and tilka. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you've got questions like ma hada. And then you got the hamza to istifham. Ahada baytun, is this a house? Then we've got na'am and la for yes and no. Okay. Scrolling through to lesson 2. Man hada as well. Man means who. Okay. We also studied the huruf al-jar, didn't we? We studied the huruf al-jar from min, meaning from, to ila, meaning to ala, meaning on, and to, what was the other one? Min, ila, ala, and what was the other one? There was 4. There were 4. Fi, there you go. Fi in. Okay. Lesson 2, dhalika, which we just discussed. Dhalika kitabun, that is the book. If you've got any questions, Afi, make sure you ask. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then we've got a dars al-thalith, where we looked at words like baytun and al-baytu. So you can see baytun ends with tanween, meaning 2 dhammas. Dhammatain, 2 dhammas. And it's nakiratun. Okay. And then you've got al-baytu, which is ma'rifatun. All right. And then we had, for example, al-qalam maksurun. So the pen is broken. So al-qalamu is mubtada, is the mubtada, okay? And maksurun is the khabar. So when we say al-qalamu, the pen, if I ask you, okay, what about the pen? Give me some information with regards to the pen. What about it? You would then give me the khabar, which is the information, or a way to or basically you're describing the noun. So you then say al-qalamu maksurun, which is known as the khabar. Okay. On to and then we obviously got the new al-kalimat al-jadida. So all the vocabulary you need to make sure you're familiar with. If you're not, if you forget a word here and there, then in your own time you should be able to revise, inshallah, and go over the vocabulary. Okay. Right. So far we've spoken about the asma'ul ishara. We've mentioned the huruf al-jar. Here we have the al-huruf al-qamariyatu wal-huruf al-shamsiyatu. So we have the moon letters and the sun letters. So if you look on the right-hand column, al-huruf al-qamariyatu, these are 14 of the moon letters. So the first one is the alif, or the hamza. So al-abu. So when you have alif lam and then you have a moon letter, you must pronounce the alif and the lam and the moon letter. So we say al-abu, al-babu. Whereas if you look over to the left, al-huruf al-shamsiyatu, the sun letters, okay, we have 14. So that the Arabic language consists of 28 letters. We have 14 moon letters and 14 sun letters. So here, for example, the first letter here on the left is ta. So we say at-tajiru. When you have alif lam, then followed by a sun letter, you drop the lam in pronunciation and you put a shadda on the sun letter. So you say at-tajiru, ath-thawbu, ad-diku. Okay. Any questions?
No, so far we're good.
Okay, on the fourth lesson, at Dos Rabi', you can see the huruf al-jar. So al-baytu becomes fil bayti, in the house. And you can see when we say fil bayti, al-bayti ends with a kasra because it's become majroor because of the fi, because of the harf al-jar. Okay. That's all straightforward, yeah? All clear to you, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, and then here you can see we have masculine names, Muhammadun, Khalidun, Hamidun, all ending with tanween. And then the feminine names on the left, Aminatu, Zainabu, Fatimatu, for example, all ending with a dhamma, not tanween. Okay. What happened there? Where did I go? Lesson, this is section ba. Okay, so again, just going through the another two huruf al-jar. Yep, min, ila, fi, and ala. Okay, yep, fi, ala, min, ila, min huruf al-jar. You can see at the bottom of page 26 there. And then we go to ad-dars al-khamis. So there are 23 lessons in this book. We've now reached the 5th. Any questions at all?
No, so
for those watching, yep, okay, good. For those watching on YouTube, if you're watching live, you can leave a comment. Maryam says, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, Maryam. And for those who are watching the recording, feel free to leave a comment down below. Any questions, do ask. And if you're watching live, then feel free to ask a question as well. I'll try and answer your questions if I can. Okay, so we're on lesson 5. Ad-dars al-khamis. We have a conversation here. You can see here the first line says Akitabu Muhammadin hada ya yasiru. So Kitabu Muhammadin. Kitabu is mudafun and it's mawfu', ends with a dhamma, and Muhammadin is mudafun ilayhi and is majroor and ends with kasratain. Also, when you have a name, for example, Yasirun, usually ends with the tanween, but when we use the ya, meaning O, it's the ya munada, it's the ya of calling. When we use this, the name loses the tanween and it becomes ya yasiru, ya hamidu. Okay. So here we're basically introduced to the mudaf and the mudafun ilay. And also here you can see tahta. which is dharf makan, which is a preposition, which also makes the next word end with a kasra. It causes the next word to be majroor, and in many cases end with a kasra. Okay. Then we have exercises, basically training you, teaching you, familiarizing you with the mudaf and mudafun ilay. Okay. Scrolling through. Okay, here's a nice little box. I love these little boxes. At the bottom of page 32, we can see Sayyaratul Mudarrisi. So Sayyaratu, basically meaning the teacher's car. Sayyaratu is mudafun, and al-mudarrisi is mudafun ilayhi. Okay. Ad-dars al-sadis, the sixth lesson, we've got hadihi, which we've discussed. This is the feminine form of hada. Okay. Also, here you can see that body parts that come in twos, even if they don't end with the tamabuta, they're feminine. So udhunun, aynun, yadun, rijlun, you can see they appear to be masculine words, but because they're body parts that come in twos, we use the feminine ismul ishara because they're actually feminine words. Okay. Scrolling through. So this could take up the whole of today's lesson. I'm going through as quick as I can, but hopefully not too quickly, Albab. How's the pace? Is it okay?
No, alhamdulillah, it's good, yeah.
All right, good. Ad-dars al-sabi', the seventh lesson. Yeah, it looks like they're introducing on the third line. We can see tilka. So it looks like they're introducing tilka now, which we said is the feminine form of dhalika. Okay, scrolling through, then it's giving us exercises there. Here's an exercise for dhalika and tilka. Okay, another nice little box. Asma'ul isharati lil qareeb and asma'ul isharati lil ba'id. So you can see that asma'ul ishara for close lil qareeb is hada and hadihi. However, hada is for masculine, mudhakkar, and hadihi is for feminine, mu'annath. And on to the left, you can see that asma'ul isharati lil ba'id. So dhalika is for masculine and tilka is for feminine. However, all four of them are singular. They're singular. Now, I am speaking very fast for everyone listening. It's literally because this is a revision lesson. So it's just a quick revision lesson. Okay, ad-dars al-thamin, the eighth lesson. Let's scroll through this. Was this what you had in mind, Arbab, or did you want to spend more time going through this?
No, I mean, so far, like, the first half of the book is fairly, like, straightforward. That's quite good. The second half of the book would be a bit more, like, slightly more in-depth.
Okay. Over here on the bottom of page 45, you can see al-mustashfa and Amrika, how they end. They end with alif or alif maksura. And that means that if they end like that, they're not affected by the huruf al-jar. So we say fil bayti, but we don't say fil mustashfi or fi amriki. We say fil mustashfa and fi amrika. Okay, so they're not affected by the huruf al-jar. Okay. Scrolling through. الدرس التاسع. من هذا الرجل؟ هو عباس. عباس تاجر. عباس تاجر غني. حامد مدرس. Okay. Scrolling through. Okay, نعتا مناسبا. So this is where they give us exercises on the na'at and the man'ut. But if we just quickly scroll through, we'll see a little box, one of my little favorite boxes, showing us the na'at and the man'ut. If you haven't seen it yet, it should be coming soon, inshallah. Okay, here we go. Baytun jadidun. So if I said al-baytu jadidun, it means the house is new. The house is new. Al-baytu is mubtada and jadidun is the khabar. But if I just say baytun jadidun, not al-baytu, but I say baytun jadidun, I'm not saying the house is new anymore. Now I'm saying a new house. Okay. Or if I said al-baytu al-jadidu, I'd be saying the new house, and then I'd have to complete the sentence. So for example, I'll say al-baytu Al-jadidu jamilun. The new house is beautiful. Okay. So so baytun jadidun or al-baytu al-jadidu, when they are both the same, so for example, they both have alif lam or they both don't have alif lam, and they're both, you can see here, baytun and jadidun. Baytun is masculine and jadidun is masculine. Baytun is singular and jadidun is singular. Okay, when they're in this, when you see them in this state, they're known as man'ut and na'at. So baytun is the noun being described, the man'ut, and jadidun is the na'at, is the adjective. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, also I just noticed above the box here, we've got alladhi. So alladhi means which or who. So like a rajul ladhi kharaj, the man who went out, for example. Okay. All right, ad-darsul ashir, the 10th lesson. So what they do in these books, they give you like the text at the beginning, and they introduce new concepts and new rulings in the text, which you might not necessarily understand at the time of reading it. But then afterwards, they start breaking and explaining the rulings and giving you exercises on them. Okay, I'm just trying to scroll down. Okay, the dama'ir. So now we have the pronouns here, I can see. We have pronouns. Okay. So, all right, so here we go. At the bottom of page 57. Okay, you can see just here where I'm sharing the screen, it says عندك قلم؟ نعم عندي قلم. Okay, and then عندك قلم؟ لا ما عندي قلم. So it's teaching you here how to answer a question in the affirmative and in the negative. Okay, and then it's showing you a diagram where it says baytun, a house, and it's showing you the word with a pronoun attached at the end. Pronoun in Arabic is damir. So bayti, when you add the ya, it becomes my house. Baytuka, when you add the kaf with the fatha, it becomes your house. Baytuhu, when you add the hu on the end, the ha, yeah, that becomes his house. And when you say baytuha, it becomes her house. Okay, and we've studied, I believe, more of these pronouns as well. If not, there'll be a lot more in Madina Book 2. Okay, any questions, Akhi?
No, so far, so.
And likewise, at the bottom of page 58, you can see even with the lam. So indi would use for objects, whereas the lam, for example, li ukhtun, would use for family members. And so it's also showing you how to attach the pronouns to the lam. So you've got li, laka, lahu, and laha. Okay, so mine or for me, yours, his, and hers.
Okay.
Or I have, yeah, I have, you have, he has, she has. Laha akhun, she has a brother.
Okay, sweet. And the same is for
It
in
says
the
here,
in the ka, in the who, in the ha, in the.
Exactly. Yep. At the top of the page here, it says نقول عندي كتاب ونقول لي أخ لا نقول عندي أخ. So we say I have a book and we say I have a brother, but we don't say عندي أخ. So it's saying don't use عندي for a family member. For أخ, we would say لي أخ. Okay. More exercises, basically going through the pronouns. Okay. All right. الدرس الحادي عشر. Here we have some reading. هذا بيتي أمام المسجد. Do you want to have a quick read through this, أخي?
Yeah, let me just bring up the text up with the text here. Okay. So Bismillah. هذا بيتي أمام المسجد. بيتي جميل فيه حديقة صغيرة. هذه غرفتي فيها نافذة كبيرة ومروحة جميلة. هذا سريري وهذا كرسي وهذا مكتبي. سآتي وقلمي وكتابي على المكتب وحقيبي تحت المكتب. نفذت
حقيبتي.
حكيبتي وحكيبتي تحت المكتب. نافذتي غرفتي مفتوحة. هذه غرفة أخي.
نافذة غرفتي.
نافذة غرفتي مفتوحة. Is that right? مفتوحة.
Yes, نافذة غرفتي مفتوحة.
مفتوحة. Okay. هذه غرفة أخي وتلك غرفة أختي. غرفة أخي كبيرة وغرفة أختي صغيرة. غرفة أخي أمام غرفتي. No, sorry. غرفة أخي أمام غرفتي وغرفة أختي أمام المطبخ. لي أخ واحد اسمه أسامة ولي أخت واحدة اسمها سعاد. أبي وأمي في تلك الغرفة الكبيرة. أنا أحب أبي وأمي وأحب أخي وأختي.
Okay. How did that feel?
Alhamdulillah, it's good.
Okay, good. If I've missed any mistakes, I do apologize. Okay, we're going to keep moving then, inshallah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's keep moving. Bismillah. Okay, الدرس الثاني عشر. Right, let's just scroll through. So now it looks like they're introducing what looks like feminine pronouns. Okay. All right, so let's have a quick look at this. So we've got here at the top of the page here, you can see خرج محمد من البيت. So Muhammad went out or exited from the house. And if you want to make it feminine, we say خرجت. So we add the ta and the sukoon on the end of the verb. خرج here is the verb. خرجت آمنة من البيت. So in the Arabic language, you have verbs and you have nouns and you have what's known as letters. So like that's why we say huruf al-jar, the letters of jar. So min and ila and fi and the rest of them, they are huruf. They're known as letters in Arabic language. And so kharaja, you can see, is a three-letter verb. Each letter has fatha. So kharaja, dhahaba, jalasa. They all have the same sort of pattern, don't they? So these are the verbs. And then you can see here kharaja Muhammadun. Muhammadun, he is the fa'il. He is the doer of the verb in the sentence. So the fa'il, the doer of the verb, is always mawfu', always ends with a dhamma or two. In this case, dhammatain, two dhammas. So kharaja Muhammadun min al-bayti. Okay? However, if Amina is leaving, we need to make the verb feminine. So we say kharajat. Does that make sense? Okay, and then after the exercise, it says ta'ammal ma yali, reflect upon what follows. And it says jalasat at-talibatu. So what's happening here is trying to show us how do you pronounce and how do you read it when you have jalasat? You have the ta with the sukoon followed by alif lam. So then you have an arrow going over to the left, and then we have jalasat with the sukoon on the top, but also now they put a kasra at the bottom as well at the same time. Because what they're trying to show you is if the ta has the sukoon, when you read it, when you pronounce it with a kasra because of the alif lam. So we don't say jalasat at-talibatu, we say jalasat at-talibatu.
Okay.
And then below that, it shows you basically what it's trying to say here is a sukoon followed by the alif lam. What happens? We pass the arrow and it becomes, the sukoon then becomes a kasra. Okay. And then we can see here, man al-fata. Fata means young man. Alladhi, who, kharaja, so who went out. And allati, we can see here is the feminine form. So alladhi is masculine and allati is feminine. Okay. Here it says akmil al-jumal al-atiyata. So complete the following sentences. Biwada'i ismin mawsulin. By placing Ism mawsul. So alladhi and allati are known as ismun mawsulun. Okay? Does that make sense, inshallah?
Yeah.
All right, excellent. Okay, الدرس الثالث عشر, the 13th lesson. Aha, now it's where it gets a little bit tricky. This is where it gets difficult in the book on page 13, because now what happens, we're going into plural. If you think about it, so far we haven't even mentioned any plural words, have we?
Yeah.
Everything's been singular. The asma'ul ishara, the adjectives, everything has been singular. Now we're going into plural. So now we have ha'ula'i. Ha'ula'i is the plural of hada. Okay, ha'ula'i al-fityatu tiwalu. So now even the nouns and the adjectives have to also become plural. So at-tiwalu is the plural of tawilun. Jududun is the plural of jadidun. So these words here, you have to be familiar with them. Even like you've got mujtahidun, the plural here is mujtahiduna. Zamilun, the plural is zumala'u. Okay. Right, let's move on from there. We're going to see a whole list of the plural forms. And if you're not familiar or you've forgotten the plural forms, then you need to revise that in your own time, inshallah.
Yeah, I think this is definitely one of the ones I need to go through.
Yeah. Yep, so here we go. Here's the list now. The list is coming. So you've got hada talibun. You need to make it plural. So you say ha'ula'i tullabun. So you've got tullabun, tujjarun, hujjajun, rijalun. These are all the plural forms. You need to make sure this is locked down. This is something you need to have locked down before you start.
And this is just for two,
locked down
right?
before. For two what?
Like for example, Tujjarun is two merchants.
No, this is plural. So in the Arabic language, you have singular, and then you have something called muthanna. Muthanna is for two or jul.
Okay.
And then you have plural. Plural in the Arabic language starts from three. Unlike English, in English you have singular and plural. Plural starts from 2 plus in English, whereas in Arabic the plural is from 3 or more.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Scrolling through. Okay. So in your own time, Akhi, it would be good for you to revise this, go through this. Okay. Right. Some nice little tables are going to come up, and I'll explain them as we go past them, inshallah. They will clarify a lot of what we're scrolling through right now. And for those watching on YouTube, any questions, just feel free to leave them below. I'll do my best. Here you can see an exercise here. We have to answer or complete the sentences using hada, hadihi, and haula'i. So they're all asma'ul ishara, and they're all lil qarib. They're all for close proximity. However, hada is for masculine, and hadihi is for feminine, both of which are for singular, and haula'i is for plural. Okay. Oh, I just passed a few boxes there. What happened there? Let's scroll back up. I thought I did. It's a bit temperamental. Here we go. What's this? Here we go. There's a little box here. Okay, is that it? I think that was it, isn't it? All right. Let's just scroll back down to that. Okay, so here we have the asma'ul isharati lil qaribi. Hada talibun. So this is for close proximity. However, you can see hada and hadihi is for close proximity. And then we see haula'i tullabun and haula'i talibatun. So what it's showing us here is that for singular, we have one for masculine and one for feminine, hada and hadihi. Whereas for plural, we just have one. So haula'i is used for both the masculine and the feminine. Okay? All right, let's keep scrolling down, inshallah. Here, another exercise with the asma'ul ishara. It says lil ba'id. So we've got dhalika and tilka, which are both for singular. And then we have ula'ika, which is for plural, which is for the plural. However, this haula'i and ulaika, I say it's for plural. However, there's an interesting ruling with regards to them. And it's that they're used for humans, only for human beings. And I'll talk about this more in a moment, inshallah. Okay, here we can see the asma'ul isharati lil ba'idi. Okay, so here you've got al-jam, which is plural, al-mufrad, which is the singular, and then on the right here you've got al-mudhakkar, which is the masculine, and mu'annath, which is feminine. So you can see dhalika talibun is mufrad al-mudhakkar, that is a student, and tilka talibatun is mufrad al-mu'annath. Okay, that is a female student. And for plural, we've got ulaika tullabun and ulaika talibatun. So again, they're showing us here that ulaika, like haulai, is used for both the masculine and the feminine. Okay, and then we have Muhammadun dahaba and Maryamu dahabat. So it's showing us here that dahaba is for masculine singular, and dahabat is for feminine singular. Whereas here we've got Muhammadun and Hamidun wa Aliyun dahabu. So now we're seeing the verb in its plural form. We say dahabu, and they've deliberately put three names there to show you that this is for three people or more, for masculine. And then we have Maryam wa Aminatu wa Fatimatu dahabna. And so we can see dahabna is the plural form of dahabat, and they've deliberately put in three female names. So dahabu is masculine and dahabna is feminine. Okay. And dahabna, you can see it's got dahaba, but then the ba has taken a sukoon, and then we've just added a noon on the end with a fatha, and it's become dahabna. Okay. And Ados Rabi Asha, the 14th lesson. Scroll through. Any questions, brother? While I'm scrolling through here. Okay. Page 84. Okay, so look, we've got more dama'ir. We've got more dama'ir, more pronouns. So baytun, a house. Baytukum. If I say baytuka, I'm saying your house to a single person. If I say baytukum, I'm speaking to three people or more, and it's masculine. If I say baytuna, I'm saying our house. Our house. Okay. Right, scrolling through. الدرس الخامس عشر, the 15th lesson. Okay, so obviously it looks like it's quite clear we're gonna today's lessons is going to be used revising Medina Book 1. But what I would like to do, I'd like to get the whole of Medina Book 1 revised in just one video. So let's go to the end of the book today if we can. Is that okay?
Yeah. All
right, good. So here you can see, for example, an exercise. It says annith, which means make feminine. The mithal, the example, it says antum tullabun. Are you all students? So that becomes antunna talibatun. So antum is the masculine form and antunna is the feminine form. Okay. All right, so these are all exercises, qabla and ba'da, before and after. But what I like about this book as well is that you get these like tables, basically, just clarifying things. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. We've got Aina dahabat. We've got Aina dahabta. Ya akhi. So far, we've taken dahaba, which means he went. So dahaba is singular and it's masculine. Dahaba. Okay, and it means he went. And then here now we've also taken dahabat, meaning she went. Okay, but now we've got dahabta. So now we've added a ta on the end with a fatha. This means you went. So this is when you're speaking to somebody directly. Now dahaba and dahabat, is he went and she went. You're speaking about the third person. You're speaking about, I'm speaking to you about somebody else. If I say, yeah, Arbab, he went or she went, I'm speaking to you about someone else, right?
Yeah. So
that's known as al-ghaib. Al-ghaib literally means absent, okay? But they could be in the room. The three of us could be in the room, and I could be saying, yeah, Arbab. Look how he wears his trousers. Doesn't he look funny? Yeah. Even though he's in the room and he can hear me, it's still known as al-ghaib because I'm basically speaking to you about another person. Okay. However, here I'm saying dahabta, ya akhi. Where did you go, oh my brother? So now I'm speaking to you directly. And when you're addressing somebody or you're speaking to somebody directly, this is known as mukhatab. So al-ghaib is speaking about another person, whereas al-mukhatab is when you're speaking to somebody directly. So now we've got aina dahabta. The plural form, aina dahabtum, ya ikhwani, or my brothers. And then we've got aina dahabti. This is how you speak to a female, directly to a female. This is known as mukhataba. Dahabti, aina dahabti, ya ukhti, where did you go? And the plural form of dahabti is dahabtunna. Where did you all go, oh my sisters, ya akhawati? And then you've got ana dahabtu, I went. So when you add the ta and the dhamma on the end of a verb, dahabtu, it means I went. And that could be for both masculine and feminine. And then nahnu dahabna, we went. And also that can also be used for whether a female or a male is doing the talking. They would use both dahabtu and dahabna, depending on whether they're singular or plural. Okay. Right, ad-dama'ir al-munfasilah. Munfasila means separated or detached. So these are the detached pronouns. Okay, so huwa, here, and you can see for yourself. Huwa, here, anta, anti, ana, hum, hunna, antum, antunna, nahnu, nahnu. Why does it show ana twice and nahnu twice? Because you got ana talibun and ana talibatun. Nahnu tullabun, nahnu talibatun. So obviously, it's used for both the masculine and feminine, and that's why it came twice. 123 pages in this book. We're now on page 92. Those Sadis Asha, the 16th lesson. Any questions at all, Akhi? You still there?
No. Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, excellent. All right. Let's continue, inshallah. Right, we have a little bit of a small, short conversation. Okay, let's have a look at this. You've got al-mufradu. So هذا طالب جديد هو من أمريكا. That's singular. Then we've got al-jam. So this is mufrad and jam of section alif, if you like. There's two sections, alif and ba. Section alif, you've got mufrad and jam. هؤلاء طلاب جدد هم من أمريكا. These are new students. They are from America. All right. So now let's look at section ba. If section alif is singular and plural, and I'm intrigued to know what we've got in store now, because section ba has also got singular and plural, mufrad and jam. So let's have a look. Al-mufrad هذا كتاب جديد هو من أمريكا. Now we're saying this is a new book. It is from America. And the plural al-jam هذه كتب جديدة هي من أمريكا. Okay, so now we've reached touched on what I mentioned it's quite a few minutes ago now, when I spoke about how we refer to non-human objects. So I was saying that هؤلاء and أولئك is how we refer to human objects. Okay, and now this is where it's come now. So here you can see on section alif, you can see هذا طالب. هذا is used for طالب. Okay, and then on the singular section of section ba, you can see هذا كتاب. So هذا طالب, هذا كتاب. This is a student, this is a book. هذا is used for both both human and non-human objects, isn't it? Okay. And هذه is also used for human and non-human objects. I can say هذه طالبة and هذه حقيبة, for example. This is a female student and this is a bag, for example. Okay. However, here what it's trying to do is trying to show us the plural part. If you look, هؤلاء طلاب جدد, these are new students. So we said هؤلاء and أولئك, we use these two to refer to humans. Okay, so هؤلاء طلاب, these are students. Whereas if the noun is plural but non-human, something happens, something quite significant happens. And what happens is that we treat it as if it's feminine singular. So let me say that again. This is a ruling that you have to grasp. Okay, everyone listening, please listen carefully. When you're referring to a noun in the Arabic language, which is plural, the noun, the word is plural. Okay, and it's not human, it's non-human. We refer to it as if it's singular feminine. So if it's plural and non-human, we refer to it as if it's singular feminine. So for example, in this case, we can see kutubun. Kutubun ticks all the boxes. It's plural and it's non-human. In Arabic known as غير العاقل, which means without intellect. Okay, but some people could say even animals have intellect. So for argument's sake, I just say non-human. If it's non-human, it comes under the ruling. So here we have kutubun, we have books. It's plural and it's non-human. So what have we done? We've used hadihi. Now hadihi, as we've mentioned before, is used to describe words which are singular and feminine. And so that's what we've done here. We've said hadihi kutubun. But also the adjective is jadidatun. Jadidatun, the term abuta, is used to describe words which are feminine and singular, isn't it? So as I said, when the noun is plural and non-human, we treat it, whether we're using the ismul ishara or we're using the na'at, we're using the adjectives, okay? We treat it as if it's singular feminine. So we say هذه كتب جديدة. Even with the pronoun, we say here. Here min Amrika. Here is referring to what? The books. So we'd say they are from America. So even the pronoun is singular feminine when we're referring to a noun which is plural and non-human. Is that clear, brother? Okay, we're going to move on, inshallah. So here we have more plurals. Najmun, nujumun, darsun, durusun. Okay, you need to familiarize yourself with all of these. It goes on to page 94 as well. Okay, and then here you can see an exercise with the asma al-ishara. Hada and hadihi and haula'i. Okay, hada and hadihi and haula'i. And another one for dhalika and tilka and ula'ika. Okay, so some more exercises. And here we have some more boxes. Okay, so here you can see box number 1, asma al-isharati lil-qarib. So we've used hada and hadihi. And then we've used haula'i for both masculine and feminine. Is that clear, brother? Okay, those are all for lil qarib, for close by. Box number 2, asma al-isharati lil ba'id. Okay, so here we have dhalika and tilka. Okay, so this is for ba'id, for far away. Dhalika for masculine, tilka for feminine. And then we have ula'ika for both masculine and feminine. And then we have box number 3, asma al-isharati lil qarib غير العاقل. Okay, so this is what we're talking about, non-human. Okay, so hada baytun, hadihi buyutun. These are houses. We use hadihi because we're treating it as if it's singular feminine. Hadihi sayyaratun, hadihi sayyaratun. And then we have asma al-isharati lil ba'id غير العاقل. ذلك بيت, that is a house. Tilka buyutun. We use the ismul ishara, which usually refers to a noun which is singular and feminine, because buyutun is what? it's plural, and it's غير العاقل, it's non-human. And then we have تلك سيارة and تلك سيارات. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, you know what? We're going to have to stop here. We're going to have to stop here. We've got 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, that's 7 lessons to go. So inshallah, next lesson, Akhi, we should be able to complete this book, revise the following 7 lessons, and even start book 1 of Medina book, lesson 1 of Medina book 2. Does that sound good to you?
Okay. That sounds, yeah.
All right, inshallah. I hope everyone's benefited today from this video. Barakallahu feekum wa jazakumullahu khairan wa sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamu alaikum.